Hey guys, and welcome back to Deku Tarot and to your weekly tarot reading for April 13th through the 19th of 2020. So, if you guys haven't, do make sure to subscribe, do make sure to share the video if you enjoyed it, and definitely check out your monthlies as well as your other weeklies for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. If you do want to book a private reading, guys, I've lowered all of my prices by 20% to help out during this difficult global pandemic time. So you can check out all my discount prices and how to book a reading in the description box below, along with all the information about the really amazing astrology, numerology, analysis service, Truly Divine, which I'll talk more about at the end. But you can use my code DEKU30 as many times as you want, send it to as many people as you want for discounted astrology, chart analysis, compatibility analysis, numerology, life path. So they're really incredible, and I'll talk more about that at the end, okay? So let's get into this. The astrology isn't too crazy this week. We have the moon overall moving from Capricorn all the way into Pisces, and the new moon in Taurus is early next week. We also, at the very end of this week, are going to have the sun moving back into Taurus. So happy birthday to those really early Tauruses like myself. So anyways, like I was saying here, not too much happening in terms of astrology moves this week, but with Saturn in Aquarius, which is all about boundaries in our social circles and settings, we're really finding ways, at least new ways, to connect with our fellow humans despite not being able to be together in person, especially during the holidays like Passover and Easter happening this week. So definitely use Facebook Live, Zoom, all those things to try to get in contact, being kind of face-to-face, even if it's digitally, or calling people. I've been again communicating with all my friends, playing all sorts of fun games on Jackbox and stuff through Discord calls. You can also again do the Facebook Live, the Zoom, whatever that other Facebook generated one is. I can't think of what it's called right now, but we have so many options to be able to connect even if we can't be face to face right now. So don't get discouraged. All right. Taurus season, again, like I was just saying, arrives April 19th. I always thought it arrived April 20th. It says that, and I checked it in a bunch of books that I have, so I don't know what's up with that. Anyone, if you know anything about that, please let me know because I'm confused. But anyways, Taurus season arrives April 19th on Sunday here, and the sun in fixed earth really pushes us to go outside and commune and connect with nature, even if it's as simple as sitting outside on your porch, sitting outside in the driveway, taking a walk down the street if you don't live in a place that has a lot of natural stuff going on like nature. Sounded really weird the way I said that, but anyways, if you're bored, you can go plant even like a succulent or something that you don't even have to take care of. But getting back into nature, back into cooking, having a lot of creativity and grounded, comfortable, earthy energy is going to be abound as we really close out this week. And just for a little interesting tidbit, Wednesday is the Celtic tree month of the willows beginning. So interesting. If you're born a month after Wednesday 15th or Wednesday, April 15th, or for the month after, your tree is willow. Interesting. All right, so let's get into the reading here, okay? All right, Scorpios. So we're using the Bosch Tarot here. We're using the Bosch Tarot for your reading. I don't know, I was drawn to do this, honestly, because of something that happened the other day. I haven't used this deck or brought it around in a while, and then the other morning, my partner found the death card. My partner is also a Scorpio in the other room randomly, and I genuinely don't know how it got there. It's so weird. So I decided you guys needed to use this for your weekly here. It also kind of heralded actually the death of somebody later on that day that we knew, and that was kind of rough, and I don't really want to open up or talk about that, but it's really weird how things like that sometimes happen, and a little bit spooky. So let's see here. Scorpio, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. You check out your monthly for April. Let's see. I love this deck, and I always use the booklet for this deck because the meanings are very different, and I really appreciate them. And I think that they hit better when you go by their meanings, honestly, because it's just a very particular deck, and it's very interesting, and I don't use the booklets for any of my other decks, but this one's a special guy. If you know Hieronymus Bosch, then you know it's a weird one. But they slap, I'm telling you. These messages always slap with this deck. So emotions. Whew. Could have seen that one coming. Career, financial. Y'all are in a state this week. Oh, one card at a time. Okay. Let's get one last card here. I kind of knew that one was coming out. How weird. How weird. Your advice this week is the Lover. And again, I kind of kept getting this message as I was pulling out the cards here. Sorry, I want to open it up to it here. And I don't know, I just kept seeing it. I was like, I don't know why. I feel like the Lovers are going to come out, and they didn't, and then they didn't, and then here they are. And I thought it'd be coming out for love, but really it's your advice. And the Lover in this is, you are not sufficient when you are alone. Opposites must meet so as to generate something new. Purity. What a beautiful and interesting message for you. Sometimes you need to rely on others to help you through things, to see different perspectives, because you guys can go so deep. And I'm saying this as somebody who is with somebody that's a Scorpio and has like so many Scorpio placements. It's crazy. Scorpio sun and moon. And so I think I know you guys pretty well, and how you kind of need, you're so deep in your fixed water that you kind of need, you know, a different element to kind of come in, somebody that's more grounded, that can bring stability to these emotions and to what you're going through, so that you don't feel so at sea, so lost, so stuck in some really negative places emotionally. With the moon reverse and the devil, it's got you in a tizzy this week. You're seeing things in a really fearful, confusing way. Shadows are real, and it feels like, you know, bad people are really just out to get you. Like, you know, shitty things do exist. Pardon my French there. It just feels difficult, you know. Okay, so the moon, the fantasies which we dedicate to ourselves make us stray from the path. So you could be really in your dreams right now and in this fantasy type of place here, which is actually very unhealthy for you, because these might not be positive fantasies. It might be negative, like, we're never going to get out of this. I'm always going to be in this situation. You know, the worst has happened and I'm trapped here. You know, I'm stuck here. I am chained to this situation. Even evil derives joy from evil, but man is not made for that type of joy. Cruelty. We feel very disillusioned about a situation where somebody has been cruel, and we might be wanting to hurt somebody back. And you guys are kind of known for your stinger, so watch out for that this week, because your fears might be more unfounded. And I mean, I'm not saying that somebody didn't do something to you. It feels to me like somebody really is trying to do something to you, and they have hurt you. But the more you feed into that and let it bother you, the more you get into this whole cycle of a negative place you don't want to be in, where you're trying to enact some type of revenge for something that really you don't even have to let affect you. Your theme this week is the Two of Wands. Let's get there. Two of Wands is a really interesting one. I really like this card, actually. The mischievous person. Not to be afraid of those with power and of the precarious situation makes one whole. So you need to learn to not be afraid of a situation, to not be afraid of what's happening right now. And there's a lot of fear. Especially with uncertainty about jobs and the whole situation. We are all in this together. Globally, we're all kind of going through this, and it's difficult. And again, but if you don't be afraid, if you don't let the fear get to you, it's going to make you a lot more certain in your own path forward, and a lot more stable throughout this situation. Didn't mean to drop it like that. Career is difficult. You had some difficult energy this week, that's for sure. But I really like the way these cards kind of describe them and kind of flip it a little bit. Nine of Swords is here. Let's not ignore that guy, because he's an egg with a bunch of swords right in him here. Very intense. The Wounded One. Violated innocence is the worst execution. You could feel really attacked about a work situation. Like, there's just no Like, you innocently went, again, this could be about a work situation or something involving work. You could have gone into something not expecting people to be as bad as they are, and they have been bad. They have hurt you. But I do feel that it's your choice whether you let this kind of stuff from the past bother you and you continue to carry it around, or if you start moving forward and not allowing all these worries and fears and, you know, what if kind of stuff get to you. Yes, somebody might have taken advantage of your naivety or innocence, and that's a lot for you. You don't open up to people, or you don't let people know how you're feeling, and this situation has got you in a state, right? Again, you're feeling very wounded, and it feels like a negative, like if it's just a bad execution in terms of work, whatever has happened, you're fearing the worst. But you have to remember this about the Nine of Swords. It is illusion. It's totally illusion. It's in your head. It might have basis based on things that have happened, but it's not real. And it's really about your own mindset in that situation and how you're approaching something, how you're feeling about it, how you're flipping it. Okay. The World comes up though with it. We must be able to accept everything about ourselves, both in the shadow and as in light, completeness. So even if you have felt, you know, again, like you've been hurt, you've been wounded, you've been attacked, your innocence is destroyed, you have to accept that, you know, something happened, you didn't make the best decisions about it, or you let somebody hurt you, you let a situation go too far, you didn't listen to maybe intuition when it was telling you to get out of it or to do something at the right times. But you have to just accept that that has happened here, okay? So again, we must be able to accept everything about ourselves, both in the shadow and as in light. And that's what really brings us to a point of completion. And Scorpio, you're a sign that can really recognize and appreciate the shadow side of things, the pain, and the things that you had to go through in order for a situation to get to where it is, for your own growth. You're all about death, rebirth, growth. So allow it to be let go. Yeah, you don't need to hold on to the mental, the instability that comes along with this, okay? Nine of Wands is here. Where is he at? Nine of Wands, which is interesting. Nine of Wands. He's got a lot of sticks there. He's holding it. He's showing a lot of strength. But, I mean, look at these things are kind of pulling it down. So, these roots or whatever, weeds that are growing up. The Gendarme, to learn to protect one's rear does not guarantee protection. You might be trying to protect yourself and putting up all these boundaries, all these walls now because you're afraid someone else is going to do it. Or, you know, you don't reach out and try to go for new jobs, trust new people because you're afraid now. You don't know who you can trust or how to trust it. But by protecting this part of yourself, it's not helping you progress any further. So it's knowing how to properly use our boundaries here, okay? How to properly utilize our layers. All right, love and relationship, again, with the Nine of Wands is the Knight of Chalices. So you could be feeling, again, like you don't want to communicate about this. You're feeling very, you know, trying to protect yourself in this way where, I don't know, it's almost like you just don't want to let somebody know how you're really feeling, your fears, all of this stuff. You're trying to protect them, protect the situation, especially if you're in a partnership. Or even if you're, you know, trying to fall in love with somebody, it just feels like you've got some really big hang-ups here. Some protective stuff. And again, Scorpios, you're very known to have this, you know, ironclad protection on you. You've got armor, but you have to be able to open up or else you cannot truly experience that love, okay? And the Knight of Cups is here, and it's a really beautiful message, okay? I always love the Knight of Cups in this one. Or Knight of Chalices, whatever you want to call him. The message, the ability to express our sensations and transmit them to others is as important as the actual act of experiencing them. Okay, so you have to transmit your emotions. You've got to find ways to communicate and not, you know, put all these boundaries up to protect yourself. It's not worth it if you really want to get to know somebody and you really want to connect on a deeper level. And again, with the Lover, as that advice for the week, let's just finish it off again with the little message of the Lover here. Okay, you are not sufficient when you are alone. Opposites must meet so as to generate something new, purity. People are there to help you. Ask for help if you need it. There's always a better way through this. There's a new path and there's a choice in how you deal with your situation. Okay, beautiful messages there. Let's get some romance angel cards for you, Scorpio. Finances and career, yeah, you're worried about it here. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now, and that's what's causing a lot of issue for you. You're feeling like maybe it's, you know, limited some aspects of your life, and, you know, it's affecting you in ways that you're not as romantic. You're letting these frustrations spill into your feelings in romantic life, and you don't want to communicate about how you're feeling in other ways, and it's just, oh, it's a lot, okay? Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. If you're in a relationship, make almost like a mini honeymoon day, or, you know, take a day to just really connect, do things together, you know, reignite that romance and enjoy. I mean, we're all in this, like, most people are in isolation, and, you know, if you're together with your honey, make it kind of like a little honeymoon time. Really reconnect emotionally, maybe plan a honeymoon for the future, make some food together, listen to some good music, watch a movie, play a game together, do something where you really are connecting emotionally here. We can really get into that this week if we are willing to open up, okay? So, Scorpios, let's pull one last one here from the Lindsay Andrews Power deck. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Ooh, masculine. It's a really beautiful card here too. Carrying your gift of consciousness from the heart of woman, of Mother Earth, trek toward the summit of higher knowledge. Because of male and female imbalances, the Earth is in danger of dying. Remember that the power of the masculine explodes as the power of the feminine implodes, and a sacred spiral of life is set into motion. One cannot live without the other. The masculine god is in search of the feminine goddess. He brings gifts of driving force to her powers of intuitive, creative receptivity. Both are equal warriors in the fight against ignorance. Balance your masculine and feminine energies through meditation and awareness of when you are carrying a male or female shield. This is your struggle in life and a great source of power for you. So yeah, this is that male shield, that authoritative shield, that more masculine energy of I need to carry this. You don't have to. Make sure it's balanced. You don't have to block everything out. You don't have to keep everything to yourself if it's weighing you down and actually causing you more harm than good. It's time to recognize those areas, okay? So, Scorpios, those are your messages for this week. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to share the video if you enjoyed it. And again, I'm taking 20% off of all my readings, and how to book is in the description box below. Definitely check out Truly Divine if you're bored and you want to, you know, check out your astrology, you know, get a really deep analysis on it, because they don't just tell you, you know, like you're stubborn, that's that. They tell you, you know, the aspects that make that more difficult and the things that you can do to change that and how you can work on that, and all the astrology having to do with it. It's really, they're incredible. And the compatibility analysis was like out of this world. Like, it really blew even my partner out of the water, and he doesn't know anything about astrology. So definitely check that out, guys. If you haven't, you can use the code Deku30 as many times as you want. You can share it, and all that info is in the description box below, okay? So definitely check them out. Check me out over on Instagram to get more content if you're bored or you want to connect and see what I'm posting up over there. I'm always trying to keep it different and interesting there. And have a wonderful and blessed week, guys. And make sure to stay safe and stay healthy, my friends. Namaste.